What is the problem facing women seeking an abortion? For Dr. Foster, as we went over last time, it's the unchosen nature of the pregnancy that can only be counteracted by the chosen nature of abortion. This in the backdrop of very difficult circumstances that the women are facing in the stories that Dr. Foster tells. Some of these women are in abusive relationships. Some are on hard economic times. Others are in very difficult living situations. And yet for each one of them, Dr. Foster approaches it as if the pregnancy, again, the unchosen nature of this preborn child, is the problem that abortion needs to fix. And so for Dr. Foster, there's this natural assumption that even though women are denied abortions because they're past gestational limit, that they will still try not to become a parent. The interesting thing is this is not borne out in the data from the study. You see, Dr. Foster assumes that these women are still going to not want to be parents, that they'll choose to put their child up for adoption. But in reality, a week after women were denied abortion, only 16% were even considering adoption. And only 9% actually did so. See, Dr. Foster assumes that both abortion and adoption are predicated on the assumption that women don't want to be parents. But as the pro-life movement, we understand that abortion and adoption, they are not natural alternatives. Adoption is predicated on the understanding that every child is inherently valuable, a gift that deserves to be placed in a context of self-sacrificial love. Whereas abortion assumes that the preborn child, the pregnancy, is the problem that needs to be erased. And this is where a lot of the pro-abortion rhetoric focuses on. It's the pregnancy, the preborn child is a problem, and the only way to go forward is to erase that problem. But in reality, the number one reason that women gave for why they did not choose adoption in the end was because they actually had more support than they expected. Their circumstances didn't end up being as bad as they thought, or they had people in their lives who were able to help them out. See, again, that radical pro-life position is that we don't just have to be pro-preborn child or pro-woman, but that we can be pro-both woman and child. That we can look at a woman in difficult situations and not try to erase her preborn child in order to help her, but rather we can get her out of that abusive relationship, that we can assist her in hard, difficult times, and that we can love her through that journey. We're going to go more into what that journey looks for next time. But for the time being, just remember that the pro-life movement is based on that radical idea that we can love both women and their child.